So what is software engineering? Does anyone want to give a quick guess in chat? I'll give you guys a few seconds. Yeah, so it's both of those things. It's programming and it's designing software. So for anyone who doesn't know, software is just another word for any application on your computer, like your browser. So Google Chrome, Safari, anything like that, iTunes, Spotify, those are all pieces of software. So software engineering is the process of creating software, and there's 4 main components of software engineering. The first one is design. So, I think a lot of people might think that software engineering is just writing code. That's really only a small part of what it actually is. The first step is always or almost always design. You have to sketch out all the components in your system. You make different architectural choices. And you might also perform experiments to inform your decisions. So maybe test out different programming language or something, and see which one's faster, anything like that. Those are all experiments that would inform your design. Just a small analogy, like if you're an architect, if you're building a house, the architect always makes the plans before you ever start building, right? So you always design before you start coding. All right, second stage, development. So that's where you're actually writing software. You're doing little bits of intermediate testing. Maybe you figure out your design won't work and you have to go back to the drawing board. I think development is definitely my favorite stage because I like writing code. So yeah, I mean, that's all I have to say. I think a lot of people like development maybe more than design. The next stage is testing. So once you write this, massive, awesome piece of code, you want to actually make sure that it does what you expect it to do. So it depends. This sort of works different ways at different organizations, but where I work, we have a whole team of people whose job it is to test software, to figure out the best ways to test software. Testing software can be really hard, basically, and it's like a whole career on its own, doing sort of test development and stuff like that. I guess if we're extending our house analogy, this would be like you're trying out all the faucets to make sure the plumbing works. You're turning on the lights to make sure the electricity works. You're making sure all the doors close properly and don't stick, stuff like that. Okay, so next phase is the fourth and final phase is maintenance. And this stage is just indefinite, or I guess sometimes you decide that the life cycle of your software is over. In that case, maintenance would end. But maintenance is just like upgrading pieces of your software, fixing problems, all that kind of stuff. Yes, okay, those are the 4 main components of software engineering.